morning everyone. I hope you all had an amazing holiday. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not celebrate Christmas, I hope you had an amazing time. I was talking to Victoria Minxie Barron, and we were talking about how many people, the women, blitz their houses for Christmas Day. How they literally go mad. You know, they clean everything in sight ready for Christmas Day. She was telling me what her mum was doing, as she was cleaning the stairs and this, that and the other, and I was laughing my head off because every woman does it. And yet her husband turned around and says to her, why do they do that when the people who are coming to visit you are the people who have seen you at your worst? They're your family. They've lived with you. They've seen you look rough when you wake up in the morning. They've seen the house look like a pigsty. Why do we do it? And we were laughing about it, and thinking, well, maybe next year, I think what we need to do is to, you know, have a new plan. If it's anything like this and we're only having friends around, you know, immediate family rather this year, you know, like we have this year, that we should make a resolution not to go and blitz our houses just because the family's coming. So anyway, on that lighter note, Paulette Slater, TLC Creates Vintage, has done a lovely New Year's Eve resolution kit, but it can go into January. And for me, this year, out of all the years, it's going to be remembered, and kids in 10 years' time are going to be learning about this year, 2020, and going into 2021 in the history lessons. Because this has never happened before. You know, we've never had this situation before. And they're going to want to know about it. So I think this year it's really important to have something that you could pass down. Something with memories of what happened last year and what's going to happen in the new year. Now, this is the add-on. This is printed to a page. The actual original, the correct size is this size if you just print it full. So you've got all the numbers. So if you're going to use it for a January daily, obviously you can use the numbers and put the numbers on each day. But what I like about this is all the little incentives that Paulette has put on this particular page. Personal goals, things you wish to do, things you want to get rid of. How can I grow? I particularly like this one, 3 challenges. Your top priorities, business goals. So obviously if you have a business, if you've got an Etsy shop, for example, or if you want to start a YouTube channel, that could go in there. And places to visit. Well, I think at the moment, as far as we're getting at the moment, it's the local supermarket and the chemist, because I think most places are on lockdown at the moment. But that's the little add-on. Now this is the kit that she's done. Now I've printed it on a smaller size, not the full A4 size, to give you an idea of what it looks like. I think it's absolutely lovely, and I'll show you these gorgeous pages. And I just love the colour combination of these this year. I really do. She's done an amazing job on these. How gorgeous is this? I just really love how she's done that. You've got the New Year's card there, and then she's talking about fresh starts and new opportunities. Because I think that's what we're all wanting now. We've had enough of this. We've had enough of this COVID situation. We want to think of positive now. Although this year, going into the next year, we know about COVID now. We know about the situation. We can go into it. Last year, we had no idea this was going to come and hit us all around the back of the head, did we? So I think these are really lovely pages to work with. And I have just been playing with them this morning. I've been working with Tracy Fox's tags and wallpaper sample kit, and I thought, right, now I've had a day or two to get over my let's be a maniac and get lots of cooking done for the wee man and things like this. It's time to just relax and get on with things again and start getting back organised. I just think these are lovely. She's found some gorgeous images, Paulette. I absolutely adore this one. And there's your resolutions in January the 1st. And I think something like this If you decide you're going to make a January daily and you don't want to use this one, what you could do is, when you see what I've made, you could put it at the front of your January daily, you know, in a pocket at the front, or even have a little bit of, you know, the elastic where you tuck it underneath like a traveller's notebook. And then what you can do is refer back to it. Keep it with your other dailies. You know, if you decide to do January, February, March, look back at what your goals you wanted to achieve and think, well, have I done that? How positive was I at New Year? Was I really positive, or was I thinking, I can't bother with this anymore? You know, did you get to the stage where you're about to put your Christmas tree up and think, can I do this year? Because a lot of people have been like that. And it's nothing to be embarrassed about, because so many people have had this, it's a weird sense, isn't it? It's not Christmas. It's, you know, you're not done the normal things you normally do. You think the young ones would be going out and they'd be having their office parties. They'd be going out having Christmas dinner. You know, even us older folk, we'd be going, you know, maybe to the local supermarket for Christmas dinner, or we'd have it our group dinners and things like this, and it's all gone. So I think it's really important this year to try and be a bit more positive. Think about what you want to achieve in the new year. Let's turn this around. You know, how can we influence others to listen to the rules and behave the rules? That's something you can possibly do. And these fabulous, look, I think they are lovely. What I like about this is it's flowers and seeds. And you think about it, we're going to the new year. You want to plant new seeds, don't you? And how can you help others? How can you influence other people? What seeds are you going to plant this year that you want to grow within your own life? I think these are your postage cards. These are just so lovely. Paulette's really worked hard on this. Now, if anybody got the Christmas card, you know, the New Year's card, it's the New Year's card. You could use the ephemera from that in your journal as well. Aren't these lovely? And obviously these are all printed 4 to a page, so you can print them at whichever size you like. And then you've got a sheet of more modern ephemera, I suppose it's the way to put it, that you can put on your pages as well. Okay, and I like here, it's C is for champagne, celebration and confetti. Happy New Year, cheers to the new year, Happy New Year again. So that's the actual kit, and I know it's about $3. That's the price that I saw when I popped it. So what I did this morning, I've not sewn this together yet. This is how you get it. I was just playing with it this morning, and I'm now going to decide whether I'm going to put extra pages in so that it stretches through January, or whether I'm just going to leave it like this and just use it for thoughts at the new year. So this is one of the pieces of ephemera on the front. I'm just going to make sure you're in. Yeah, just make sure you're in okay, that I've put you in the right place. Now, these are part of the kit. I've not backed anything yet either. I've just printed them onto card, and that's the meadows, the flowers and seeds. I think that's really lovely that Paulette put that one in. I really do. And you've got the clock there for Happy New Year. Now this little one here, the kids having a snowball fight, that's come out of Paulette's group. That's one of the free printables out of Paulette's group, and I just thought it was lovely. We've got snow down, not a lot, but we've got snow down, and we're expecting more over the next few days. And I just thought the thing with snow is it's starting new. Everything looks so fresh and clean, doesn't it, and new. And I just thought that would be lovely in a New Year's journey. Give you enthusiasm and lighten your day up. And I've stuck one of the cut-out ephemeras on there with the New Year on. This is one from the kit, and then I've put one of the I put wish to do on that one. Things I'd like to do next year. I just think this is lovely. It'd be so nice to hold this and just sit and writing it. You know, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, whenever you feel like it, just sit down and just have a write. So I've got to sew it up yet, which I've not done. But I think this would be so lovely just to have, particularly as a memento of what's going to, you know, for children later on. That's one of Paulette's postcards. But this again has come from Paulette's group. And we've got the snow again, which I think is lovely. All about the new year, because obviously winter's still with us, and it will go right through January. And there's another one here from group saying good new year. How can I grow? I think that's quite important, is how can you grow as a person? Mind you, our wee Niall, he's growing. We can't get over how much he's grown in the last couple of months, you know. He's what, 17 months now and growing like no tomorrow. And I've never seen a baby eat so much. And there's the postcards again. So this is adaptable, isn't it? To go either way. You know, you can have this as just New Year, or you can adapt it for January daily. I just love these images. This is beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. And I love the colour tones as well. I just really do. And here's one with the resolutions on. I mean, not everybody makes resolutions anymore, do they? I think it's more about what you'd like to achieve, as opposed to I'm going to lose weight this year, because I think everybody who does the I'm going to lose weight this year fails. If you say you want to get fit and healthy, I think you're more likely to do that than to say I'm going to lose weight this year. And this image again, this one's come out of Paulette's group again. So there's 4 that I've put in here out of the group that are free vintage printables, and they're copyright free. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Personal goals, I think that's quite a nice one to have as well. So this is what I've done so far. I will be sewing this together. And I think that, if you had that with all your New Year's resolutions, thoughts, and you can go back to it and what have you, if you had that with a daily, I think it would be absolutely amazing. Or extend this and turn it into a January daily. So you've got the 2 ways of going with this particular kit, which I think is absolutely lovely. Now, I've seen that Paulette is doing another challenge on the 2nd of January. And what I saw was a tag. And the tag, there's a little bit with shredded wheat on it, which we all know is cereal. And there were strawberries, so it was like strawberry jam. You know, you're thinking about breakfast. So whether it's going to be a breakfast challenge, or whether it's going to be about food, I think we're all going to have to guess on that one. But that's on the 2nd of January. I've not seen the kit yet. So once I see the kit, I will I will then know what the challenge is going to be. But I won't see it for a couple of days. So I'm just as in the dark as you are on that one. If any of you have not been into Tracy Fox's Etsy, she's got a discount at the moment. I know Victoria Minxie Barron, as in what was Northern Craftaholics but is now minxiestudio.uk, she's got a discount at the moment. Several of the shops are actually got discounts at the moment, and they will probably end the 2nd of January. Some may end, you know, midnight the 1st of January, you know, as you go into the new year. So if you're thinking of buying any kits at the moment, I would highly recommend you try and get in now, because think about it, there's not going to be any special occasions until we get to Valentine's Day now. So if there's any kits you're really looking at for, I would highly recommend you go and get them now. The one that Tracy's got out now, I'll just show you a couple of tags that I've been playing with. These are just absolutely gorgeous. And if you've not got the Foxy Rag yet, the Foxy Rag is just amazing, and so are the freebies. I'm going to do a little video to show you the freebies. But I got started on this, and then I found out that something else was happening, and I want to add them together. So, but these are just, you know, I've just taken things that Tracy has done in the past. These are all from different little kits. These are one of her Matchbox card kits. I think this is actually the last one she did, actually, the Matchbox, you know, tea cards rather, she calls them, doesn't she? Vintage tea cards. I've done a double tag here. And these wallpaper samples are just so beautiful, and they're so easy to work with. So if any of you are thinking of a kit that you could work with into the new year, I would really highly recommend this one. I've just, you know, I've done these over a day or two, and I've really absolutely loved playing with these. But there's loads. This is just a small sample. There's loads, and I've printed like the wallpaper samples, which are in the oblongy shape. I think I printed them into about 5 or 6 different sizes, and the actual tags I printed into about 4 or 5 different sizes, so that I could just play with them and marry them together and just get a load of tags together. And I've used packaging, you know, the cat food packaging again. Bless the cat, you know, it's the packaging from inside the box. When I take his pouches out, they have like a funny shaped piece of packaging that you take out that separates each individual flavour. And I take that out and use that because it's fab. And the box is made of the same thickness, and it's really quite thin. You can probably see that. It's really quite thin. And it is perfect for tags, so I love that. It stops me going in the food cupboard, taking packaging off of things that I will later on wonder what on earth is in them, which happens to me all the time. What was that? Have a squeeze, see if you can guess what's in it. It's worse than having a can, isn't it, where you've peeled the label off or the label's fallen off for some reason. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day and having a wonderful new year. I really do. Think about what you want to do next year. You know, most of us, I think, have blitzed our craft rooms this year. I think it was very much, you know, for me, when lockdown happened, I used that as the opportunity to get rid of so much and really blitz the craft room situation, which is actually in my bedroom. And I'm so glad I did it. But now I think it's going to be, what are we going to go forward to? How are we going to make things better for us? How can we influence other people? I went to Carlisle, Asda. Now, I've not been out of Burnfoot in well over a year. And I went to Carlisle, Asda with my son and his wife and the wee one. And I was amazed at the amount of people who didn't have a face mask on. Now, they're only tier 2, which means they should still be wearing it, even though they are low risk. And I was amazed. I mean, it was quite funny because it was a couple of days before Christmas and it wasn't that busy. And there were still masses of loo rolls on the shelves and, you know, pasta and things like that. You know, things that were going before the lockdown. They were still there. Whereas our local one here, which is like about 18, 19 miles away in Galashiels, people from Edinburgh come down to it because it's about half an hour from Edinburgh. And they go to that Asda. And people were putting pictures up Tuesday during the day where they'd gone into Asda and the shelves had been wiped clean. It was absolutely blitzed on Tuesday. So it just depends on the area, isn't it? But I think let's hope the young ones are listening and understanding now. I must admit, our neighbours, the young lads, have been so much better. I mean, they really didn't care. You know, it was the cars outside and their college mates pulling up and hugging and kissing, and, you know, they didn't care at the beginning. They didn't really care up until probably a couple of months ago. But I think suddenly now this is a reality. They really are. And it's great to see so many young ones taking this serious now. Because, you know, the old ones obviously just panicked. We all just panicked and thought, that's it, we've got to hide and not getting in touch with anybody, and, you know, that's the way it went. So I'm just really hoping that we can influence more people to do it right. Wear your face masks, get that hand sanitizer on your hands as you're going in and out of the shops, because it makes a difference. And if one person can do it, 10 people can do it, and if 10 people can do it, 1,000 can do it, and that's how we're going to beat this COVID. And we've got to beat it, haven't we? We cannot go through another whole year like this. So thank you so much for being here, guys, and listening to me waffling on this morning, as I do. Have a wonderful new year, and I'll see you in the new year. Or it might be sooner than that, as soon as I find out what the challenge is. Thanks a lot, loves. See you all soon. Bye.